All right, so here is the Unit 4 review sheet. I'm going to do a video of the entire thing. Use it as you see fit. By this point, you should all know how the review sheets and the test work. So number one, what is the system of equations graph below? Remember that the solution to a system of equations is a coordinate. You need the x and the y value. On a graph, it's the one point where the two lines intersect. So that's the solution here. Write your x value first, 2, comma, 3. All right, number 2. Solve using substitution. Now it says use substitution, so you specifically have to. If it's multiple choice, you can do whatever you want. If it's multiple choice, you can just plug all the choices in until they work. That's the beauty of this. So substitution, 5x plus 10 equals 10x minus 20, minus 5x from both sides. 10 equals 5x minus 20, plus 20 to both sides. 30 equals 5x. Divide both sides by 5. X equals 6. Then substitute back into one of the originals. Y equals 5 times 6 plus 10. Y equals 40. So our answer is 6, comma, 40. So if that was one of your choices in a multiple choice, you can just plug that in and it'll work for both equations. That's how you know it's correct. The solution to a system of equations is the one coordinate that satisfies both of the equations. You also could have solved this with elimination. Everything is lined up. Just minus the two equations together. 0 equals negative 5x plus 30. And then solve. Minus 30 from both sides. Negative 30 equals negative 5x. X equals 6. So substitution is how it told you to do it. So if it says that, you have to do it that way. Unless it's multiple choice, then do whatever you want. Find the slope and y-intercept of the equation provided. Remember, y equals mx plus b. So minus 8x from both sides. 4y equals 40 minus 8x. Divide everything by 4. Y equals 10 minus 2x. So the slope is negative 2, and the y-intercept is 10. Next page. Number 4. Solve using elimination. Everything is lined up nicely. The x's, the y's, the numbers, the equal sign. So we can do elimination. So we want to either add or subtract them to get rid of one of the variables. Well, I see that we have a minus 5y and a plus 5y. So since the signs are opposite, we add the two equations together, and we get 9x equals negative 18, x equals negative 2. Substitute back in. 3 times negative 2 plus 5y equals 2. So 3 times negative 2 is obviously negative 6. I'll just write it. Negative 6 plus 5y equals 2. Add 6 to both sides. 5y equals 8. Y equals 8 over 5. Or if you want to do a decimal, you can do a decimal. So now I need to substitute back in. The second equation looks easier. So 3x plus 5 times 8 over 5 equals 2. 3x plus 8 equals 2. 3x equals negative 6. X equals negative 2. So our answer is negative 2, comma, 8 over 5. Number 5. When using substitution to solve this, what is the result of the first step? Well, the first step is the substitution part. So it says y equals 4x plus 3. So now we know what y equals, and the second equation has a y. We can substitute x plus 2 times 4x plus 3 equals 10. And that's it. That's the first step. The first step is making the substitution. If you want to solve it to practice, you should. It's extra practice, and anything helps. Number 6, solve it using elimination. So again, we have a 5y and a negative 5y. So we're going to add. So 7x equals 14. x equals 2. Go back to one of the original equations. 2 times 2 plus 5y equals 9. 5y equals 5. Y equals 1. 2, comma, 1. Number 7, write an equation that represents a linear equation. Okay, y equals 2x plus 1. Anything in mx plus b form is a linear equation. Write an equation that does not represent a linear equation. Remember, when the variable has an exponent, it's not linear. So anything like that. If you want to throw a coefficient in there, go ahead. Not linear. Number 8, what is the solution to the system below? Solve it any way you know how. This one, you're either going to do elimination or you're going to plug in the answer choices until you just get the correct answer. Don't do substitutions for this one. It's too much work. We have a 6x, there's negative 6x, so we'll add 15y equals 45, y equals 3, substitute back in, 6x plus 3 times 3 equals 21, 6x plus 9 equals 21, 6x equals 12, x equals 2. Make sure you write it in the correct order. What is the solution to the system of equations graphed below? No solution. They do not intersect because they are parallel, but there is no solution. Parallel lines will never intersect. No solution. The only time there's no solution, this was a mistake people were making in class, the only time there's no solution is when they're parallel. If they intersect, but like in the middle of a box, there's still a solution, it's just a decimal. So don't confuse that. And if they don't intersect on a graph, let's say it's like this, but if you extended them, they would intersect eventually, there's still a solution. The only time there's no solution is when they're parallel. What do we know about parallel lines? They have the same slope. So keep that in mind. What is the equation of the line graphed below? So you need the slope, you need the y-intercept. The slope of this line, you got to do rise over run, is up 2 over 1. So 2 over 1 or just 2. And the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, which is 1. Y equals 2x plus 1. Number 11, solve using substitution. Now here's a little hint. If this is multiple choice, you don't have to listen. If you want to use elimination, use elimination. If you want to just plug in the answer choices, plug in the answer choices. So I'm going to show you how to do elimination, and I'll show you how to do substitution. So first, elimination. The x's match up, so we're going to minus, cross out. Y minus negative 2y is 3y. 0 minus 6 is negative 6. Y equals negative 2. Plug back in. X minus 2 equals 0. X equals 2. So 2 comma negative 2. Now let me show you doing substitution. So in order to do substitution, one of the equations has to either say y equals or x equals. I'm going to take the first equation and subtract x from both sides. So y equals 0 minus x, or just negative x. Now I can substitute that into the second equation. X minus 2 times negative x equals 6. X plus 2x equals 6. 3x equals 6. X equals 2. Now, once you have that, substitute back into one of the original equations and get the y value. I'm going to leave that up to you. Another way you could have done this using substitution is to get the x by itself. So x plus y equals 0, minus y from both sides, x equals negative y. Substitute that where the x is. Negative y minus 2y equals 6. Negative 3y equals 6. Y equals negative 2. So our answer of 2 comma negative 2 still holds. So let me put the work up for both. So I said it was x plus y equals 0. We can rearrange that so it's y equals negative x. So then it was x minus 2 times negative x equals 6. So that's x plus 2x equals 6. 3x equals 6, x equals 2. Okay, there we go. Describe the graph of the following equations. So this is linear. The slope is 6, so it's going up from left to right. And it has a y-intercept of 10. It starts at 10 on the y-axis. And B is nonlinear because the variable has an exponent. Number 13, solve the system of equations using substitution. So y equals x minus 5, substitute it. X minus 5 equals negative x plus 10, plus x to both sides. 2x minus 5 equals 10, plus 5 to both sides. 2x equals 15. X equals 7.5. Substitute back in. Y equals 7.5 minus 5. Y equals 2.5. So our answer is 7.5, comma, 2.5. Solve the system of equations using any method you prefer. It's all set up for elimination here, so we'll use elimination. It's all lined up. You need to multiply the top equation. If you want to match up the x's, you multiply by 2. If you want to match up the y's, you multiply by 12. I'll go with 2 since it's a smaller number. Distribute. Make sure you also multiply by the 9. Negative 6x minus 2y equals 18. 6x plus 12y equals 36. Because the signs are opposite, we're going to add. Cancels. 10y equals 54. Y equals 5.4. Now we need to figure out the x value. So pick one of the original equations. I'll pick the first one. Negative 3x minus 5.4 equals 9. Add 5.4 to both sides. Negative 3x equals 14.4. Divide both sides by negative 3. X equals negative 4.8. And decimals are okay. Fractions are okay. It just means that where the lines intersect will not be on the corner of a box. So there's our answer. Next page. 15, what is a possible solution? Just estimate for this one. There is a solution. It's right here, but it's not an exact spot. I would say it looks around 3.5, comma 1.5. Company A charges a one-time account fee of 40 and a rental fee of 25 per month. So y equals 40 plus 25. Let's go with m this time instead of x. Company B charges $30 per month. So y equals 30m. Set up an equation to help you solve for when they're the same. So 40 plus 25 m equals 30m. It doesn't say to solve it, it just says to set it up, but let's solve it. Minus 25m from both sides. 40 equals 5m. Divide. M equals 8. 8 months. Number 17, using substitution. Again, maybe on the test, this won't be a part 2 question. Maybe it'll be a multiple choice. So if it says multiple choice, you could ignore that and do whatever you want. But let's do what it says. So for substitution, one of the equations needs to be either y equals or m equals. So this equation's clearly easier to fix it into the correct form. So add 3x to both sides, and you get y equals 3x plus 15. Now we're going to substitute that in the other equation where you see the y. Negative 4x plus 4 times 3x plus 15 equals 4. Distribute. Negative 4x plus 12x plus 60 equals 4. Combine like terms, that's 8x. Minus 60 from both sides is negative 56. X equals negative 7. Substitute back in. Negative 3 times negative 7 plus y equals 15. 21 plus y equals 15. y equals -6. So -7 comma -6. What is the system of equations that are graphed as parallel lines? No solution. Parallel lines never intersect. What would infinitely many solutions look like graphed on a coordinate grid? Something like the same line, or you can write like two lines that are right on top of each other. Number 19, is there a solution to the system of equation graphs below? At first look, say no, they don't intersect. But it's pretty clear to tell that these are not parallel. So if I was going to extend these lines further, they would eventually intersect because they're getting closer and closer together. So is there a solution? Yes. They will touch if you extend the lines. Something like that. Or they're not parallel. If you want to say yes because they are not parallel, that's fine. If you want to write yes because they're not on the graph, that's fine. Number 20, write a linear function that is parallel to. Parallel, same slope, different y-intercept. So y equals 4x plus 7,000. That looks like a 2,000. But either way, it's right. As long as this is a 4 and this is not a -10, it's correct. Y equals 4x plus 10, or just even y equals 4x. Any of those. Parallel, same slope. Number 21, solve graphically. You guys need seriously help graphing, a lot of you. I remember that quiz, it wasn't pretty. These, they already give it to you in slope-intercept form, so do not mix these up. Slope is 2, the y-intercept is -6, the slope is 1, the y-intercept is -2. Remember, y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. So the first line, you start at -6. I'm going to call this the blue line. -6, and the slope is 2. Remember that slope is rise over run. So it's 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1. 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 All the way to the end. Go the other direction. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. And then with a ruler, I'm not going to use one now, but with a ruler, connect them. So with a ruler, it should look just like this. You need to draw arrows, and you need to label your line. Y equals 2x minus 6. Then the other line, which I will do in red. X minus 2, remember, rise over run, that's 1 over 1. So we start at -2, and we go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, so we see where they intersect. Keep going, extend it, extend it, extend it, go the other direction. I want to see a lot of dots on your page. Then get out your ruler and connect the dots. We have a perfect line because I used a ruler. Arrows, label, y equals x minus 2. Circle the intersection. Write down the coordinate. Do not forget to write down the coordinate. 4, comma, 2. Do not write it backwards either. Number 22. On the first day of drama sales, the school sold 5 senior citizen tickets and 10 children tickets for a total of $80. The second day, the school sold 3 senior tickets and 2 child tickets for $24. Find the price of the tickets. So we'll let X equal senior citizen tickets and Y equals children tickets. So on the first day, so that's the first equation, the school sold 5 senior citizen tickets and 10 child tickets for a total of $80. The second day, 3 senior tickets and 2 child tickets for a total of $24. 2 equations, all lined up for you. Now you have to solve the system. I'm going to use elimination since they're all lined up. I notice that the x's do not match, the y's do not match. So let's multiply the bottom equation by 5. That'll make both of them have 10y. So I'll rewrite both of the equations. 5x plus 10y equals 80, and 15x plus 10y equals 120. So because they're both a positive 10y, I'm going to subtract, get negative 10x equals negative 40, x equals 4. So a senior citizen ticket, so x equals $4. Now to figure out y, you substitute it back into one of the equations. I'm assuming you guys can do this, so I'm not going to show it. But if you have a question, email me. Substitute it in, and you end up with y equals $6. So a children ticket is $6. Okay. Solve the system of equations algebraically. 2 choices, substitution or elimination. So you can use either here because they are lined up. We got the y's, we got the equal signs, we got the x's, and we got the numbers. So I'm going to show you both methods. Let's first do substitution. So you're going to take the first equation, the y equals 2x plus 5, and substitute it for y. So we're going to get 10 times 2x plus 5 equals 5x plus 20. 20x plus 50 equals 5x plus 20. Subtract 5x from both sides. 15x plus 50 equals 20. Minus 50 from both sides. 15x equals negative 30. Divided by 15, x equals negative 2. Substitute back into one of the original equations, probably the first one. Y equals 2 times negative 2 plus 5. Y equals 1. So negative 2 comma 1. Now let's do it with elimination. So in order to do elimination, I need to multiply the first equation by either 10 to match up the y's or by 2.5 to match up the x's. Let's do 10. So 10y equals 20x plus 50. 10y equals 5x plus 20. We need to subtract to get rid of the 10y's. 0 equals 15x plus 30, minus 30 from both sides. Negative 30 equals 15x. X equals negative 2, just like over there. Substitute back in, get the y value. I guess I'll show you the times 2.5 thing. No reason not to. So y equals 2x plus 5, and I think it was 10y equals 5x plus 20. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by 2.5. So that's 2.5y equals 5x plus 12.5. 10y equals 5x plus 20. You want to keep these kind of separated so you don't mess up. Then we need to subtract. Negative 7.5y equals negative 7.5. Y equals 1, just like what we said. Or, more ways to do this. Y equals 2x plus 5. 10y equals 5x plus 20. You could multiply the top equation by 5 and the bottom equation by 2 so that the x's match up if you wanted to do that. So we get 5y equals 10x plus 25. And the bottom equation will be 20y equals 10x plus 40. Subtract. Negative 15y equals negative 15. Y equals 1. So lots of methods here that you can use, lots of options. Look these over, try a few of them, pick whichever is best for you. Number 24, solve graphically. So the slope, 1/2. The y-intercept, -5. So I start at -5. And my rise over run is up 1 over 2. Positive is up and right. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, down 1 the other way 2, down 1 the other way 2. Get out your ruler. Do the best you can to draw a straight line. Label it. Y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Then the other one. The slope is -5 over 2. The y-intercept is 1. So that's going to be down 5 over 2. Rise over run. Start at 1. Go down 5 over 2. That's where they intersect. Down 5 over 2. Go the other way. Get out your ruler. Draw the straightest line you can. Arrows. Label. Y equals -5 over 2x plus 1. Circle the intersection. I think that's a good idea. Write down the coordinate. 2, -4. If you finish this test early and you're sitting there with nothing to do, check your answers on the calculator. Y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Substitute in. -4 equals 1/2 times 2 minus 5. -4 equals -4. Check. Y equals -5 over 2x plus 1. Y equals -5 over 2 times -4 plus 1. But instead of y equals, I meant you could substitute. So ignore this for a second. I substituted in the wrong place, which is something you guys do also. See how easy it is when you rush. So don't make my mistake. -4 equals -5 over 2 times 2 plus 1. -4 equals -4. Check. Since it worked for both of them, you're correct. If it didn't work for both of them, you messed up and you need to do it again. So study this review sheet. This is the test with different numbers. If there are any questions you don't understand, ask someone. Friends, parents, teachers. You know my email. Mr. Zuckerbrow. That's me. At gmail.com. Good luck. We're going to go over this tomorrow. Come in with questions. If you don't understand the question, watch the video, do the question 10 times more in a row, and then at least you know how to do it, even if you don't understand it. There's no excuse. When I'm giving you all these answers and this video, and we go over it in class, there are no more excuses other than laziness. Because even if you don't understand something, you can do it over and over again by watching the video and then learn how to do it. So no excuses. Come in with questions. Good luck.